for being with us here on the program.
It's only a pleasure. It's lovely to be here.
Yeah. So, okay, we're going to try and keep Chloe as well. She's already gone. That's the end of that. She is young, she's energetic, and she's in training. So this is one of these dogs that is basically part of the unit for tracking the poachers.
Absolutely. She's our next generation of Belgian Shepherd. We've currently got 10 in the park with the rangers. And they're very active in the park, as you know, with all the rhino poaching that's taking place. They're wonderful companions for the handler. Yeah. It's lovely to work with a dog in the field. And they do add huge value to the men in the veld as an early warning, as a detection, and in hot pursuit operations, actively following poachers. They're really, really very useful.
Yeah. So they basically, they track the poachers. That's what they do. So, I mean, you will obviously visibly see some of the footsteps and whatever else, but these guys obviously smell, they track them, and they help you out in that way.
As soon as we've got a fresh spoor, the handler will find the spoor, indicate where the scent is, tell the dog to start tracking, and to do that we indicate to the dog by putting a harness on it so that it knows now it's working. It's no longer playing, but it's got an active job to do. Yeah. And then that dog will just stay on the scent until we actually make an arrest.
How strong is the bond between the ranger and this tracker dog?
The bond is extremely important and very strong in all cases where there's a dog handler, simply because the dog handler no longer has a life, he has a dog. Yes. And he has to look after the dog because the dog can't talk, so he has to care for it and feed it and make sure it's well looked after.
Yeah. I can imagine. I'm amazed that she's letting me love her so much. Is this normal? Will she allow that? Somebody else to show her affection besides you?
I think generally in a working dog you won't get as much affection out of Chloe, because what we've done with her is we've taken her from 3 months. We've raised her in the family to kind of socialize her a little bit more, and to make her more friendly, because what is going to happen over time, there will be more and more dogs within protected areas like Kruger Park, and they will come into contact with tourists now and then. So we need the dogs to be friendly and unaggressive, and very often it's very difficult to get that in a working dog. You have to have a fine balance.
Yeah. Now, she actually lives with you, so she's actually not socialized with the other dogs right now. She is primarily your companion. She lives at your house and she's running away from you. I think she's going to pull you away, so I might be able... I think I'm going to be talking to myself for a while. Are you back? Don't apologize. Okay, so just getting back to that. What did I ask you? I don't even know what I asked you now. Did you know what I asked you? You have no idea.
No, the dog is distracting me too much.
Yeah, no, these dogs...
But they are wonderful animals to work with, and they are really fantastic companions, and they are a huge asset to us. And simply any dog handler worth his salt over time will get to love his dog more and more, because they see what a valuable asset they are to actually have.
Talk us through some of the training. What kind of training? The difference between this kind of training and perhaps sort of your because you were saying that there are 2 dog units that are around. So this kind of training, what do they go through?
See, with a dog for rangers, we really want them primarily to be able to track man, to track human center. With a detection dog at a gate, we really want to do firearm detection, ivory and rhino horn. So those dogs are going to be trained a little bit different. With a ranger dog, we want them to be in the field, so they need to be physically fit. They must be acclimatized to the environment they're working in. They must be accustomed to the wildlife, because the wildlife can actually distract them. So they need to be habituated and unafraid of the wildlife, but they stay focused on the center of the man that they're actually following. And that's really the fundamental difference.
I mean, for instance, you were telling me, just to wrap it up, I mean, there's one particular dog here who's legendary, and he has helped you capture, about 70, 80 poachers?
Well, over the time that we have had him, yes, he's done a huge contribution to protecting our heritage and making a lot of arrests. And that just shows you the value that a dog can actually add to us.
Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Okay, so Chloe, that's your moment of fame, my angel on television. The rest of it is up to you. You go protect our rhinos, okay? All right. Thank you. Listen to her. There you go. That's as much as she can say. Okay. Chloe, thank you. Bruce, thank you very, very much for being with us here on the program. Okay, so that was my spotting of wildlife here on the ground. So far, my side, I've brought us here on the program a moth and a stunning dog. Beat that, buddy.